Good morning, you lovely people. What's up? Another day, another walk, you know it. Today I am in the western suburbs of Bromma. To be exact, I'm here at the roundabout and I am taking a right here. Let's cross first. And I'm going to a place called Bromma Kyrka, yes, which is the name of both the church, because Kyrka means church, but it's also the name of the neighborhood. And it says here Bromma Kyrka to the right. We've got this lovely roundabout here. Yeah, Bromma is one of the biggest boroughs, I think that's the name in English, in the western suburbs, Västerort, as it's called in Swedish. And yeah, we're gonna check out the church, which is, well, that's what Wikipedia says, one of the oldest buildings in Stockholm. So I've heard good things about it. Even some of my subscribers, they were like, you should go and check it out. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. This is a typical suburban neighborhood. You can take the green line here to the west towards Vällingby, Blackeberg, Hässelby, and it's quite a few stations out. So yeah, I took the train first to Odenplan, and then I changed to the metro, and then I took the green line, and then from Brommaplan I took the bus, which is just a few stops. You could actually walk it. I could have started to walk at Brommaplan, but then I would have been, you know, a bit far. So yeah, this is a typical Swedish middle class, like villa neighborhood. Well, it is shifting a little bit, right? Because, you know, to own a house, that used to be more like a middle class thing, but you could almost say it's more like an upper class thing now. With the current, if you would buy a house like now, yeah, you know what I mean, it would be more like an upper class thing. So the thing is that I have no idea where the church is. It did say to the right. I didn't look on the map. I've no clue. So, oh, oh, Daniel, come on. It's funny. It says on the sign here, and this street is actually called Bromma Kyrkväg, and then it says here Bromma Kyrka to the left. Let's go. It's not as sunny as yesterday, but it's still quite warm. I'm a bit sweaty because I'm still wearing my winter clothes, but on the other hand, I actually think it might go snow a little bit tomorrow. You know, that's always a bit depressing when you first go into spring mode, and then yeah, the winter comes back a little. It's funny, someone commented on YouTube today, that was a great spring, let's get back to winter. That's funny. Yeah, but that's the typical thing here in the north, but I guess in every colder country you get really excited about spring and then you get a little setback. But today I still think it's quite nice. Some nice houses here. Yeah, this walk was recommended by quite a few subscribers actually. They're like, go to Bromma Church. Okay, I will. Sluta tjata. That's a nice word in Swedish. Tjata. It's like T-J-A-T-A. It's like if someone is tjata, it's like he's nagging almost. It's like giving you a little bit of a pain. Being a pain, you know, like a good example would be if you say, oh, I'll take out the trash, right? A classic thing that you have within a family. I'll take out the trash, and then the other one is like, did you take out the trash? And then you're like, oh, I'll do it soon. And then again, did you take out the trash? I'm a sluta tjata, you know, like, stop bothering me about it, I'll do it. That kind of thing. And everyone that's either in a family with kids or in a long-term relationship, you know, recognizes this, right? I guess everyone recognizes this. You all have these chores and things you want to do that you either promise to do someone or even you promise yourself, right? When you're like, do it tomorrow, I'll do it later. And then the other person gets annoyed. So, I see the church tower, folks. I read online that it contains 7 different buildings. Yeah, and as I said, it's one of the oldest buildings remaining in Stockholm. I think it's built in the 12th. That was hard for a Dutch person to say the century. So super old, basically. And I see that I could have taken the bus to this place as well. That would have been closer. But yeah, then it would have been a very short walk. It's a lovely neighborhood anyway. Supposed to do this walk 1 year ago already, but yeah, I never managed. But as I said before, you know, taking the time to travel out to the suburbs, you know, that's not something I can do all the time. I have to look on the schedule if I don't have any meetings, right? Because I don't really like to take meetings like on my phone, so I want to get my laptop out and sit down somewhere, and then, you know, you have to find something with decent internet or, you know, that kind of practical stuff. So okay, we've made it to Bromma Kyrka, and it looks pretty big from here. So this is the corner of Gliavägen and Bromma Kyrkväg. Let's go. Excited. It's not as big as Kyrkogården there, what's it called? You know, on the green line to the south. Kyrkogården, that's what it's called. But still pretty big. I've been here. Now, I suddenly have a flashback. When I used to live in Bromma, yes, I know, I lived everywhere. I also used to live in Bromma in 2 different places even. I once went here for Allhelgons dag. So yeah, but it's a long time. That's like more than 10 or even 15 years ago when I just arrived in Sweden. Wow, I must say it's a really impressive church. It doesn't look like your typical... Oh, as you can see, we have an airport really close. Bromma Airport, which is the small airport here in Stockholm. Yeah. Oh, someone driving behind me. So let's go like this. So, chat gang, how's everyone doing? It seemed like everyone enjoyed yesterday's video. So did I, to be honest. The sun does a lot to my mood. Like, I was really happy yesterday. Today as well. Like, in general, spring is my happiest season, I would say. Just like the birds. All day long. Oh, I'm really liking this church. I was like, I should get married here. No, I'm not really a churchy person, but it's a nice place. So yeah, stop asking if I'm married. I'm not married. I get this, I don't know what the deal is, but every time people ask me this. So I don't know if these like farm type buildings over there are also part of the whole church thingy. I think so, because there it says Sockenstugan. let me walk around it. That's fun. In the end, it's the name of the channel. Let's walk around. So, summer season's coming up, and already a few people contacting me saying, hey Daniel, I'm in Stockholm in June or July, in August, let's meet up to walk. Yes, please. Definitely. I mean, I also have a few plans, so maybe I'm not at home. You know, that's a different story. But yeah, if I'm at home, especially on weekdays, right? Because, you know, I have children and stuff, so in the weekend I would like to spend the time with my kids. But if it's on the weekdays and they're in school or whatever, then yeah, sure. I always think walking with another person is much more fun than walking by myself. Is this actually, yeah, they're watering the plants. Oh, closed off. I was a bit thirsty. In Sweden you can drink from any tab, really. There's no such thing as like dirty tabs, or, well, I guess, I mean, there can always be something wrong, but in general. Oh, this looks nice. It's really pretty looking area. They got some billboards. Ah, this is the schedule for Easter. Songs of Mercy and Redemption. Alright. So yes, definitely these buildings are part of the church. That's why I said, I read it like it has 7 different buildings. It's a really nice area to walk with your dog. I saw a sign that says toilets to the right or to the left here, which is not a bad idea because Daniel's got to pee. But I'll go there a bit later on. So yeah, I don't really know what all these buildings do, but yeah, I'll go to the toilet later. It says endast behörig personal. In other words, staff only. Yeah, so I don't know what the point is of all these buildings. I guess back in the day they had a more significant role. Okay, this seems like a private owned place, so let's go here. Oh, some stone recycling. Oh, here we got a nice view from the top. Because without me being aware, I kind of went onto a hill here a little bit. Nice and peaceful. Oh, there's a school there. A preschool, I think. It feels like there's a preschool in every walk I do. Quite funny. Oh, nice stone. Check this out here. This looks nice. Moss. Ooh, cool. So yeah, I mean, I went up, but also got to go down. So yeah, let's go here. The classic saying that no, what does it say? What goes up must go down, something like that. It'd be funny if I slip now, roll down the hill. No, it's actually not slippery, so it's fine. Hopla! So, a typical Dutch thing to say, hopla! You never get rid of that. Although I've been living here for many years, you still have those small words and things you do from your own native language, right? Alright, so let's see. Oh, this is called Sockenstugan, this one. And I can tell you one thing. Someone has kids that love football. There's like 10 different footballs in here. And yeah, it feels a bit like I'm walking on someone's private property there. But I didn't realize it. They didn't say you're not allowed to walk here or whatever, so I'm not sure. Yeah, so Sockenstugan. Yeah, it doesn't really say what it is. I will look it up online. Hey, what's this? A lot of funny little buildings here. Oh, there's a playground on that side. What's this? Well, this is like a cafe or something. Well, it's closed, but maybe in the summer they sell like ice creams and things. And things. Dr. Abrahams väg. I guess Dr. Abraham was a good doctor, because they named the road after him. So what do you think, people? Bromma Kyrka, is it nice or not? Yeah, I think so. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go a little bit into the neighborhood. So I'll go around the block here. I go here down. At some point take a right and then take a right again. Just to see what kind of houses they got here. I guess it's a mix between smaller and massive houses. A bit of everything. So when I lived in Bromma, I lived in two different places. One was an apartment, and I did a video last year where I went from Brommaplan to look for my old apartment. That was nice, you should check out the video. But I also lived in a different place, which was actually a little cabin next to the lake here on Spångavägen, which is actually very close from here. You can walk from here. I'll do that one in another video where I walk from Brommaplan to my old cabin. So there was this guy who had a big massive house, but at the back of his property he had a little cabin, a so-called mini villa, we call it in Sweden. So it's almost like an attefallshus. Yeah, Swedish people know what I mean. But anyway, but at the back of his property there was a lake. So it was unreal. Like, first time I went in there, well, first of all, it was way underpriced. I only paid literally only half what he could have asked for it. So I had my own little house with 2 floors. And at the back it was a massive patio. And when I was sitting there in the morning having my morning coffee in the weekend, there was deers all over the place. And I had a direct unblocked view on the lake. It was crazy. It's like the best place I've ever had. The only problem was at that time I was like living there alone. I didn't have a girlfriend or a friend or anything that lived with me. So it was a bit lonely, right? Because I almost had no neighbors, no contact with anyone. So I lived there for a while and it was quite nice. But yeah, it's more of a place when you have someone around you, because living by myself in that big place was a bit felt a bit surreal. So yeah, I didn't live there long, but it was a great experience actually. And I cannot believe that guy rented it out to me for that cheap. He really didn't need the money. And I even had a deal. This was really good. I even had a deal with this guy. because I saw his property and his lawn was very messy, right? It was time to mow. So I told him, if I take care of the grass for you, I can't remember if I did it every Saturday or every second Saturday, I can't remember. But he gave me 1,000 crown discount on my rent. So I got it even cheaper than than I planned it to be. So yeah, I think I only paid like 6,000 a month. But I did his garden, so I only paid 5, and that was including like internet, electricity. It was crazy cheap for Swedish standards. But it was a while ago. He's probably renting it out right now for like 3 times the amount. Pretty sure. Oh, nice tree house. Oh, I didn't expect this road to go for this long. I was like, I'm just going to take a tiny little stroll around the neighborhood. But that's all good. What else shall I do? I don't really have a big schedule today. Except for going home later and have pizza with the kids. That's the plan. Well, I'll still get a few emails to answer and stuff, but you know, none of those big client meetings or anything like that. In general, I don't like to do those on a Friday, right? Friday, I try to keep my calendar a bit as empty as I can, really. Oh, another tree house, nice. Yeah, today looks a bit grey compared to yesterday, but it's still pretty warm. You know, and sometimes, don't get me wrong, because everyone's always like, oh, it's only plus 8 degrees, that's not warm. What I actually mean is the following. I don't mean warm as in high temperature. I mean warm as in I'm wearing my winter jacket still and the beanie. I'm kind of sweating and I feel warm for the temperature it is right now. Does that make sense? Yeah, I guess it does. So I don't mean it's actually warm, because if I would have a t-shirt and shorts on now, I would freeze to death, right? So don't get me wrong there. Lillängsgatan and Stenhammarsvägen. Yeah, let's walk back. Let's walk back to the bus station. It's a nice neighborhood, by the way. Yeah, I must say Bromma Kyrka is one of the nicer churches I've seen here in Stockholm. It's funny because there's many churches in Sweden, but I personally don't know anyone that actually goes to church. Like, Sweden is a very atheist country. Very atheist country, right? Like, a lot of people are like kind of members of a church, but they either do that to get a little tax reduction. I'm not sure how that works, but anyway. But people actually going to church every Sunday, at least in Stockholm, very, very few. I would say that Sweden is one of the most atheist countries in the world. People care mostly about, you know, science and, you know, like in everyone else in the Western world, about themselves. But yeah, different discussion for a different day. Ooh, flowers, springy. It's so funny every time I get tempted to say things, because, you know, I have a walking channel, but I'm also a person, right? So sometimes it's very difficult for me not to say certain things. So sometimes I hear myself teasing a little bit and then thinking, oh, don't give too much away of your of your opinions and things like that. It's quite funny. Because in my private life, I'm someone that loves a good old discussion, right? About politics, about religion, about everything that everyone loves to talk about. So yeah. But then I always keep realizing this is a walking channel. Alright. I actually forgot to charge my battery last night of my DJI camera. So it's starting to blink a little bit. Only a few % left. So I don't know how far I got left here before we get back to the church. Oh wow, what happened to this tree, people? Maybe storm? Or it was rotten, or I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's over there. Back to the main road. And then all the way back home to Sollentuna, which would probably take me about an hour from here. I didn't really pay attention, but the Nilskroken and Stenhammarsvägen. I still made it into half an hour walk. I don't know how that ended up like this. Because when I got here I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be done in 7 minutes. But if you talk a lot of rubbish as I do, time flies. It's interesting because I got so comfortable with talking in front of the camera that I sometimes forget that I'm actually filming a video. It almost feels like I'm just talking to it. It more feels like I'm thinking, not talking. Because after so many videos, this is video like 584, it almost doesn't feel real anymore. The only time it gets real is when there's a lot of other people around, and I feel really weird. But like this, when there's no one around, I just, yeah, chit chat with myself. I like this house, this is nice. See, and I can rent out the bottom part there. Separate entrance. It's great. If you have 2 of those entrances, those people will pay your whole mortgage. You probably earn. So if you bought your house in like 1992, since then it tripled in value, if not more. And then you can rent out the bottom floor, the basement, you know, put a bathroom in it. You can rent it out and you hardly don't even have to work. That person will pay all your bills. Because it's so hard to get anything, people will pay at least €1,000 a month for the basement. So yeah. It's a very profitable business idea. And some people even rent out too. They rent out the basement and they have a little cabin on their property. And if you rent out 2 of these, then yeah, then you're all good. Well, you know how it goes. Money makes money, right? I'm not sure if it's very easy to rent out here in Bromma. Most people like to, you know, be a little closer to town, but it's still quite a popular area, so I don't think that's an issue. Oh yeah, now I realize I was supposed to go to the toilet, which is all the way at the back now. Never mind, I go at Brommaplan at the cafe. Get myself a kanelbulle or whatever. Mums. And there's someone sitting at the bus stop, which makes me believe that the bus is coming pretty soon. Or he's just chilling. Alright folks, I'm gonna take the bus back home. Thank you for watching. I'll leave you a thumbs up, and I hope you guys leave me a thumbs up as well, so this video gets a lot of views. See you on the next one. Bye bye.